nini?
Ulikuwa mbali kidogo.
Nilikuwa mbali.
Ulikuwa mbali.
Na sasa je? How about now? Good morning, everyone. Karibuni sana to another edition of That Show of Galactic Productions with
Afro Fab.
Na mimi Night Atieno.
Hey, karibuni kwenye Wednesday Biz Hump Day. No.
Humping the business.
Humping the business, money. This money.
Bihashara ni Bihashara.
Listen to you. Money makes this world go round. Please. Money makes this world go round, like inazunguka. Kama hakuna pesa,
hatutenda mahali.
Utaishi wapi? Utalipa stima aje? Tutakuja that show aje?
Tutakula aje?
It's not happening. It's not.
You know,
haikubaliki nani. Yeah, but we're here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome.
Yeah.
Invite your friends, tag your friends, host watch parties.
Karibuni sana.
Somebody who's been thinking about business. Ama tu mtu mwenye anapenda tu story ya biashara.
Exactly. Thank you so much for all those who join us every week. Yes. Naona hapo Miss Ann Ogada ameshaingia amesema good morning ladies.
Leo Anna amekuja na bell.
Sindio?
Like ring bell zaza like oi.
Ingeni hapo.
Muko wapi nyinyi? Muko wapi?
Anyway, welcome again everyone who's joining us today. We're just going to go straight into our topics this morning. And the first one, just as a reminder, we're here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Talking about business, all things business. Today we're talking about savings, other people's money, lending apps.
Working hard versus working smart. Give up burnout. Building and using networks.
Yes. So we're just going to dive straight into our first topic of the day, which is savings. You know, like we hear all the time, you know, like we need to save. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You earn X amount. A lot of times we are advised to save before we spend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you say, I'm going to save 10% of my earnings, then that 10% you should be paying yourself first. You should put that money away first before you spend anything.
It. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But a lot of people do opposite of that.
Yeah.
They spend, pay house rent, pay everything else, do shopping, sort out all the bills.
Exactly.
And then they're like, pasa ikibaki. Half the time you'd even find that now that you're spending, because you can imagine if you're spending without saving, budget plan.
Yeah.
You end up going overboard, so you have no money.
Yes.
So of course you have no money to spend.
Yeah.
So pay yourself first.
And also, like I will talk about savings from a business point of view.
Yeah.
So you've decided that I want to start something.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't have that capital right now. But if you say I'm going to save, and my capital that I need is say 100K or 50K, and you say that I'm going to save in this year. I'm going to save 5K every month. Yeah. At the end of the year, you've got 60,000 shillings.
60,000.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when we think about the end of the year, we always think about it like, oh my God, 12 months away. But what we have to remember is, whether you save or not, 12 months will go by. You know, the world won't stop spinning because you refuse to save.
You refuse to save, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you thought you didn't have enough money, just think about everything that you spend in a month that is frivolous. You know, even if you save 2K per month, at the end of the year, you've got 24,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You have something. You saved something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even if you save 1K per month, at the end of the year, you've got 12,000.
Exactly.
12,000 is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. You like you can get equipment. Some if you need, you can upgrade something.
Exactly.
You see, so.
So we if you think that you cannot have, you don't have the capital to start something. Think about how can I get that capital? How much am I earning right now?
Yeah.
You understand? How much can I put away every month?
That's true.
Realistically, don't be unrealistic and think I want 100,000. If all you can afford to save is
2,000,
save that 2,000. Because even if you save it in a circle, or if you save it with a bank, at the end of the year you can go to them and say, this is my income, this is how much I'm able to save.
Yes.
So if I'm able to save this much, please give me a loan so
Yeah.
per month, because already it won't depend on whether my business is making money or not.
Yes.
It will depend on the fact that that's my surplus.
Yes.
Every month I can put that away, which means every month I can pay you that back.
Okay. That's another thing to think about. Yeah, because then again, when you said that thing for planning, like when you say people want to be unrealistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at least you need to sit down. Again, we go back to the book.
Yeah.
Sit down, write down your spending, write down what your expenditure is, just write down everything.
Exactly.
So that at least you know, okay, this is how much I spend, this is how much is going out, this is how much is coming in.
Yeah.
And you know, at least out of this, I can save this.
Exactly.
Write it down.
Yeah.
I think when you write it down, at least, because at least you know, I can afford this 1,000 to save. I can afford this 5,000 to save.
Yes.
See? So sit down, plan.
Yes.
When you're intentional about it, definitely it's going to come through. And plus, you're building that the discipline.
Yes.
Because once you start with the 1,000, you start with the 500. At the end of the year, you have something.
Exactly.
And you'd find that, hey, last year I saved this much, and it helped me here and here.
Yes.
You can even bump it up.
Exactly.
You'd be like, hey, now at least I'm making a lot more profits and whatnot. At least you won't waste your money.
Exactly.
You'll remember, hey, okay, it sorted me out the other time.
Yeah.
Let me add.
Even if not from a point of view of the business, think about that goal that you have.
Yes.
I want to buy something.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, you're somebody who uses kerosene.
Yes.
Kerosene is expensive in the long term. You know, ya kununua kila siku ya 50 bob, ya 100 bob. It all adds up.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So imagine if you're using kerosene for 100 bob every day.
Yeah.
That means that at the end of the month, you're using 3K.
Imagine.
Yeah? That 3K, ungekuwa umenunua meko na gas ndani.
Yeah. You've bought the thing, you've refilled it.
You know what I mean?
Your
so that every month,
efficient,
all you do is top up that meko for 1K.
For 1K. You
see what I mean?
2K.
Yeah, exactly. It's cheaper and more environmentally friendly.
It's true.
You see what I mean? So, why are we still stuck in the past? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of us, when we think about savings, we think that I have to be earning so much. Even if you save 100 shillings per day.
You're saving something. At the end of the week, you have 700 bob.
Exactly.
You take it to the bank. Sawa. Let's wait for next week again.
That's it.
No.
At the end of the month, you have nearly 3,000.
Imagine.
1 month.
3,000 that you're wasting on something that you'd have upgraded.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
3K, 1 month. 10 months, 30,000.
Imagine. Nikatona 100.
1 year, 36,000. You know, when we forget about the cumulative effect of saving.
Exactly.
And plus,
we just look at
when you shop around and think, where can I get the best interest rates? Yeah. And the more you save, the better the interest rates. You know, when you look at banks, and this is why the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. I went to a bank the other day. I won't mention the name of it because I actually like the bank. It's just the person who was advising me probably is just working because it's a job, you see. So I went and asked, what are your interest rates? She said, they vary. I said, if they vary, what are your parameters? You see what I mean? If I save this much, how much will I earn? You see? She said, okay, so it's a sliding scale. Of course, the more you save. So if you save 2K, then it's 0 point something percent. If you save 100K, it's maybe 2 point something percent. If you save 500,000, it's almost 10%. Yes? It's a fixed rate for a year, but it's 10% on that money. Your money is not sleeping.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, for that year, of course, you've saved that much. Even if you take just the 10K of that 500,000 and invest it in something, and you leave that 500,000,
your money is still.
You see what I mean?
Still
your money is still
given.
In a jiza.
Yeah.
Unaona? Na hata ukiacha hiyo doyote, now that money haijizai at 500,000, inajiza at 550,000.
Yeah.
You see? Even if you left that money there for 10 years, do you see?
You'd come back to a sum.
The compound effect of your savings. You see? Inakupatia more and more. So obviously the more you save, the more you earn. Unaona?
Okay.
But a lot of people think that I have to wait until I have 10K to go save. What this lady said to me is, if you have little money, there's no point because the interest rates are not worth it.
Right?
Number one, I was like, do you even know, I know you work in a bank, but do you even know how money works?
A lot of people don't.
Because even if somebody takes 10K, alete kwa hiyo banki yenyu, accumulative effect of 1,000 people bringing their 10K into that bank, even if it's giving them a 0.2% interest, your bank can use all that accumulated amounts. It's 10K per person. It's getting them very little interest. But your bank will invest that money to get a lot more money for its shareholders. Do you see what I mean? So this was a very small-minded way of this person advising me.
Probably she doesn't see that picture like that.
You see?
Yeah,
I understand that she was a teller, but even as a teller in a bank, you should educate yourself in how money works.
So that you don't advise at least a customer like the wrong way, because at least you tell them, because you can imagine people are going to come there with different amounts of money.
Exactly.
And somebody comes there with their small money, and already she's already told you, if you come here with your small money, you'll not be able to, it's not going to make sense.
It's not worth it. It's always worth it. It's always worth it.
And for me to come there with that money, because I'm determined, I want to save this money. Because if I keep it at home, it will find some other weird use.
Exactly.
So I'm thinking, hey, let me take it to the bank. At least it's out of my reach, like direct reach.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay, let me go save up from there. And then I come to you and then you tell me that.
Yeah. I mean, this leads us on to our next topic, which is using other people's money. You see what I mean? When you think about savings, we take our money to the bank. Of course, the bank gains more than what we gain. But what we gain is our money working for us rather than us constantly working for our money. You see what I mean? Yes, the bank will reinvest that money. It will lend people. It will get more interest from those people than what it will give the saver. But we are all using kind of other people's money. The bank is using our money. And when we ask for those loans, we are using their money. You see? But when we ask for, because a lot of people think that when we are borrowing, we don't have to think about where the money is coming from. Of course you have to think about where the money is coming from.
You do,
You know, yes, sometimes you want to start something, na hauna your capital, but you have to think, where else can I access this capital? You see, I don't want to wait until the end of the year when I have saved my 60K to start this business, but how can I access this 60K? You see what I mean? So you think, what niende nika ombe hii pesa? You see, but when you go and borrow money, you have to think about, how am I going to pay it back? You know, are you better off borrowing from relatives? Because the fastest way to start something is using other people's money. You know,
because you
unless
don't have
you have your own savings.
You need to start something so that you can make money.
Exactly. Unless you have your own savings, the fastest way to start something is using other people's money. Whether it's the bank, whether it's a SACCO, whether it's whichever way, whether it's stable banking, whichever way you look at it. If I need 10K and all I have is 1K and I can't save 10K but to the end of the year, I'm better off starting with my 1K and proving to whether my relative or the bank or whoever I choose to borrow from that I am credit worthy, that I'm serious about this business. You see what I mean? I personally wouldn't invest in somebody who hasn't shown me that they are willing to start a business from the little that they've got.
Yeah, because there's no point you want to start big and you still haven't made the basics for yourself.
Exactly.
Like you don't know, because you want to start a business. Maybe you're here looking for 10K.
Yes.
And it's a business that easily could start with 1,000 bob.
Exactly.
And at least when you have this 1,000, you know, you get to experience, you get to know how to plan for this money.
Yeah.
You get to break everything down.
That's it.
You see, because when I give you 10,000, chances are you're going to waste it.
Exactly. Well, maybe you won't waste it, but why do I want to give you my 10K so you can make mistakes with my 10K when you were not willing to risk your 1K and learn to make those small mistakes? Like, how much do I actually need to, if it's stocking, how much do I need to stock up? You see what I mean? Ukianza biashara ya samaki, mtu akupatie 10K. Utaenda pale, Victory Farms, ununue samaki yote ile unaweza kununua. Because now you're excited.
Yeah.
You haven't learned how much fish can I actually sell in a day?
How much fish
is there actually a customer base?
Yeah. Kuna mafuta.
Exactly.
Umeenda umebuy fish.
Exactly.
Nini?
That's it.
Ujabuy gas.
What do I need to invest in this business?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like you have to prove to people, even if you're going to use other people's money, it's always better to learn with your little money that you've got.
Yes.
So that you can make all the small mistakes that this business needs to make. Because all businesses have mistakes in the beginning.
Yes.
All startups will make mistakes.
Learning curve.
Exactly.
Learning curve. Because you can it's a lot of people think starting small is a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think of it as, see, like I have my 1,000.
Yes.
That 1,000, I go and buy my little stock.
Yes.
I go and buy my little mafuta and everything I need for that business to become actually something.
Yeah.
Start here. Make your mistakes. Because you can imagine in that 1 week,
yeah.
Eventually something is going to come back.
Exactly.
Tomorrow that money is going to be 2,000. Now I have 2K. How do I plan for this 2K?
Exactly.
You see, so if you really go hard at it, you'd find that at least at the end of the week, you've reached that 10K you're looking for.
That's it.
Oh, no. So
or even
like,
if it takes you 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, I think people are generally in a hurry to start something. You know, I was reading yesterday about people who see other people doing agribusiness. So somebody went to wherever, aka plant managu, ama kunde, ama whatever it is they're planting. Yeah. So they made a killing.
Yes.
They were lucky the first time, you see. But a lot of first-time agribusinesses actually fall. Like with many businesses, it's not just agribusiness. Kwa sababu ya ule lianguka imanishi yako itaanguka. Kwa sababu ya ule li succeed imanishi yako ita succeed.
There's something that person is doing that
you see what I mean?
you're not applying.
And even if you fall the first time, you have to remember why. Always remember your why.
Yes.
Why am I borrowing? Why am I starting this business? Am I actually interested in this thing, or am I doing it because someone else was doing it? Do you see what I mean? Yeah. Before you borrow money from elsewhere, think about why you're borrowing it, how you're going to pay it back. Yeah. If this business falls, will I be able to pay it back?
Yes. Important.
You know what I mean?
Because this thing of borrowing blindly,
yes,
that's how a lot of people fix themselves.
Exactly. And that's how a lot of people also fall out with family. Yeah. Because a lot of time when people are looking for that initial investment, they will go to family. It's a sure thing. Just give me this money. I'm telling you, within 6 months, mboga itauzwa nini. Unaenda kwa market, unapata mboga, inauzwa bunch kama hii, 2 bob. Bas. Na what one expect, kuget kama mama wa mboga, ati 20 bob. Kama mama wa mboga anauza 20 bob, ujue kuna mtu alitoa kwa shamba akaileta Nairobi. Kuna middleman mwenye ameuzia mama wa mboga. Ndio mama wa mboga yuze 20 bob. Kwa hivyo wewe hutauza 20 bob.
Hutauza 20 bob. Hutauza 20 bob. Kwa sababu wewe ni mtu wa shamba. Yeah. So unaona, so ukiuza because there's those expenses hapo katikati zenye uja nini.
Exactly. Exactly.
So man,
really do your homework.
Why.
Exactly.
Know your why.
Do your homework before you use other people's money. Exactly. Basically. Exactly. Yes, use other people's money, but do your homework. Exactly. Exactly.
And starting small is not always bad. Kachini upige hesabu yako, anza na ako kapach kako kenye uko nayo. Uone how much am I getting? Yeah. Unaweza piga hesabu around it so that at least if you come to me and tell me that you have your 1,000 and you need like another 4K to do this, that and other. Yes. Na umenionyesha kabisa yenyewe you can get it back, you'll pay it back in this time, like you're sure. Yes. You've done your homework. You come to me when you've done your homework, I'll give you that money.
Like banks will lend to people with a good credit rating. Yeah. They will also lend to you if you've been banking with them for a while, so that they can see your track record. And even more importantly, if you haven't done a business before, if you have a solid business plan, they're more likely to lend to a first-time business person, to a startup. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you have to be solid. Yeah. You have to know your stuff. You have to have done your homework.
Do your homework.
Do your story.
Research, man.
Hey, DJ Roy, sikuni maji. Kama hujui, sasa unajua.
Now you know.
Now you know.
Sisi ni that show.
Karibuni sana, back to that show.
Man.
Here on Galactic Productions.
Wednesday,
every
on that business beat.
Yes. Yeah? Every Wednesday we talk about business. On Mondays we talk about
relationships.
Maruriemo nini vitu kama hizo, PDA nini marriages nini for better or for worse nani hao watoto wananisumbua sijui nini boss yangu nini all those things we talk about on a Monday morning.
Monday tuko hapa
9 a.m. East African time aka hapo tuko hapa ndani. Yeah, so hapa hivi on Friday we're here. On Monday, Wednesday and Furahi Day. On Furahi Day, that's the day we talk about everything and everything. Hiyo ndo siku si ukasirika,
tunashikanisha, tunachanganya. Wala wenye walikuwa na deni yetu Wednesday tunalipa. Monday.
On Friday, and this Friday we have some hot topics. This Friday we have some amazing guests. We have something massive coming this Friday. You don't want to miss this Friday. Kwanza katika hiyo story ya tutaki watu wa miss. We have some loyal people in the house today. We have to say hello to Anogada, Faith Onuko, Mike Shamia, a very good friend of the show. Khalid
Ali Joho. I swear this is a tongue twister. Khalid Ali Joho.
Khalid Ali Joho. Ayo ni tongue twister ya kweli. But anyway, diving straight into our next topic. Our next topic is lending apps. Yes? Guys, we were talking about using other people's money to start businesses, to start your side gig on the side. Please let's not call it a hustle. Hustle is a bad word. A hustle means to swindle.
Yes.
You know. So if you have alternative streams of income, you have multiple streams of income, call it what it is. It's called multiple streams of income. That word hustle sijui litoka wapi, na ni maybe kwa sababu tumezoea kuhustle na politicians wetu, ndio kwa sababu wanatudanganya tuseme ni hustle. Si hustle, it's a side gig. It's an alternative stream of income. If you have a job and you have a job, if you have a job and you have a business, it's an alternative stream of income. You have multiple streams of income. You have a side gig, not a hustle. I think we've got that.
Hustle. Wewe ni mwizi.
Exactly. Karibu sana Irina Gonga, who is a new addition to our family. Every Wednesday, remember to join us today at 6 p.m. Yes. Talking about patient rights, how to save your money. Again, we're always about wellness. We're always about how to better yourself, both financially and mentally and physically. Tuko na wewe. Let's not forget hapo kwenye physically to mention our very proud sponsors.
Alexa Wellness.
Yes.
Alexa Wellness usually have some serious conversations. Wednesday, Monday, Friday, Saturday.
Every day except Sunday. Sunday you can rest.
Sunday is a no-go.
Yes. Check out Alexa Wellness. Tutaiweka hapa hivi kwa bio, you know.
It's running in the ads
exactly.
on the screen as you see.
Piga hiyo namba nani, piga hiyo namba.
Call us, book a slot for Saturday.
Kuja umwe na misuli kidogo.
Come and see.
Anyway, talking about lending, talking about borrowing, we have to be very careful, especially in this Kenya, where, and especially in this time of Corona, where we're constantly bombarded by borrow. We're willing to lend you. Yes?
Yeah.
When we think about borrowing, number one, let's think about why we are borrowing.
Yeah.
Do we need to borrow? Because a lot of us, siwishiwa na pesa tunaona, wacha ni, inaitwaje hizi lending apps. Sindio? I won't mention them because then I give someone an idea of one that they didn't even think about. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, with these lending apps, and just generally things like unsecured credit cards and stuff like that, you know, bank overdrafts. You see what I mean? If you're earning good money, generally your bank will offer you an overdraft facility. Ask yourself, do I really need this overdraft facility? And if I need it, what am I using it for?
What are you using it for?
Yes. Is my overdraft facility free, or do I pay for it? You see what I mean? Are they charging me interest on my overdraft? You see? Because basically what an overdraft means is you have 1,000 in your account. Yes? But your bank allows you to go beyond that by 500. Yes? Or you have 10,000 and your bank allows you to go beyond that by 5,000. Yes? Now, every month you find yourself dipping into this 5,000 every month. So it stops being a safety net and starts being the norm.
Yeah.
Every month you're borrowing from the bank.
Yeah.
But are they charging you interest on it? You see, if they're charging you interest on it, what are you doing with this money? Are you borrowing because it's bringing more money in? Or are you just borrowing because you think, oh, I need some drinking money?
I can access this money.
You know,
so
we
why
need to
not?
eat more than. By the way, if you're borrowing, if you're using your overdraft and you're overweight, you're drinking, you're using it for the wrong things, you're not actually investing it in anything that is bringing you money, then, my friend, umepotea tu.
If you're not growing yourself, borrow.
You know what I mean? Yeah?
Build yourself.
Exactly.
Let that money you're borrowing grow. You grow itself so that you can pay it back.
Yes.
Ndio at least uko pay kwa banking zako zinaendelea zikiongezeka.
Yes.
But for drinking money, that's.
So let's think about what we are borrowing for. You know, right now in Kenya, you see all the time. You use M-Pesa, Safaricom sends you a message. Oh, you can borrow X amount. You know what I mean?
I want to borrow.
Exactly.
I'm just fine.
And when a lot of people, when faced with the prospect of someone giving me money, they think about it as free money. It's not free money.
Oh my God, there's strings attached to it.
You know what I mean? There's nothing
that's to be paid.
Exactly.
There's that time period, that time frame. Maybe you can't even reach the time frame because maybe they give you like 2 weeks to pay it back.
That's it.
You picked 3K.
Exactly.
You don't know how you're getting
how you're going to pay that money back. Kidogo kidogo, you have bad credit.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And that will stop you. You know, a lot of people are hearing this CRB thing in Kenya now, and they're seeing it as a nothing.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? But what you have to remember is, when they start monitoring your credit rating, it will affect mpaka wajukuu wako.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize.
People don't
because, think about it, your credit is shit.
Yeah.
Which means that it affects your children. Yes? Because you haven't taught your children that it's good to have a good credit rating. Because to invest sometimes, as we were talking about in the last segment, we need to use other people's money. You cannot borrow if your credit is bad.
It's bad,
But also, what you have to remember is, you need to borrow to get good credit.
So,
you see,
again, why are you borrowing?
And where are you borrowing?
Yes, and where are you borrowing?
And are you paying on time?
Yes.
You see?
And on time means you can pay earlier. Kapesa kakikuja.
Exactly.
Lipa ikutoke.
But
not
that's
on
it.
The D-Day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because the sooner you pay this, for most of them, the sooner you stop paying interest.
Yeah.
You see? So, let's think about it, guys. Who are we borrowing from?
Yes.
Are we paying them back on time? And is it the best way of borrowing? Is it the cheapest way of borrowing? You see? Because yes, borrowing is sometimes inevitable. But am I borrowing in the cheapest, safest way? Because the moment watu wameka jina yako kwa CRB, wewe already credit rating yako inaenda chini. Unaona? Yes, you're still young now. But you have bad credit rating. So now you have a child. The child is due to go to university. Yes? You want to borrow so that you can educate your child so that they can have a better future. But because you spoiled your credit rating in your 20s and early 30s when you didn't care, yes? Or even in your early 40s, because some of us now are having children later. We are living in a world where the people now in our 40s and early 40s, late 30s, we're living in a world where we will not have a pension.
Definitely. That one stops.
Yeah? We will not have a pension. So if we're living in a world where we will not have a pension, and we're borrowing recklessly, we are spoiling our credit rating. Yes? We're not teaching our children about money. It means that by the time these children are 18, 19, 20, and going on to university, number one, we are not able to educate them. Because we can't even borrow to educate them. Number two, our children are then borrowing recklessly to educate themselves because we have not taught them about money.
They go to hell, but they're going to apply to the Higher Education Loans Board, and they can't. They're not granted their loan to go to school because your parent has bad credit ratings.
Your parent did not pay back
on time
their loan that we gave them to educate themselves. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So guys, let's think about how we are borrowing. Let's think about who we're borrowing from. Let's think about, is it the best way to borrow?
Is there any other way than this?
Exactly.
research again.
You know what I mean?
Gone back to the research. Because you need to sit down. Because of course you're going, when you're coming up with these ideas that you want to borrow.
Yes.
It's not going to be just one.
Yes.
There's going to be several.
Yes.
Sit down, do your research on each of them.
Yes.
And see which one suits you best.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you might pick this one because it looks nice and lucrative, but
yes,
there's fine print there.
Yes.
So
wacha tusalimie Akach Bebo. Karibu sana. Yeah? I actually like that name. It always makes me smile. Yeah.
It has a ring.
It has a ring to it.
Yeah.
Akach Bebo.
Caroline Hodges is in. She waves.
Karibu sana, Caroline Hodges. Yes, karibu sana.
Is it me? Today I just can't pronounce people's names.
Kuna masiku tu mtu huamka kama the tongue is heavy.
Today
matamchi things.
Today mine is heavy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Another thing I was thinking about the lending apps.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit dangerous.
Yeah.
Because when you're applying for these loans,
yeah,
you're giving out your personal information.
Yeah.
Most times, because you're giving out your number, and I think some actually go on ahead and ask you for your physical address.
Yeah.
So you're here giving your info out there. You don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
You see, like at least for a bank, you know you went here, you gave your info here,
yeah,
and you're sure it's going to be safe.
Yeah.
But this one, you're just giving your information over an app.
Yeah.
So you don't know where else it's going to be used. You don't know what's
but
going
to be honest, in Kenya, our data protection laws are so shit that even the organizations like Safaricom, sorry, I did not mention them. So phone companies, internet companies, all those people can really just sell your information on, and without any recourse. Because sometimes you do something, you send you send online money, and then very quickly you get SMSs from other companies. Yeah. Offering you services like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's almost like your info is being sold anyway, you know. But what you're saying is actually valid. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, because you've done it voluntarily, not thinking of the dangers that lurk there. It's like though you'd go and give your credit card details. Yes. And before you know it, my friend, bank connection. Yeah. But guys, si lazima, again, sit down. What do you call it? Do your research. Yeah. You have multiple ways to get that loan. Yes. So see lazima your lending app. Sit down, look at which one suits you best. Exactly. So homework, man. Homework. Yeah, always. But what I insist, what I emphasize on is please go for the cheapest way to borrow. Yeah. And when you're saving, go save and shop around for the highest interest rates. You know, go to the banks. Yes, it takes you some time, but look for the bank that most suits you. If you're saving so that you can borrow in the near future, then think about the bank that has the best record for, or the SACCO that has the best record for lending with low interest rates, but giving you high interest rates when you save. Yes. You know, building societies, SACCOs, generally give better rates than traditional banks. Okay. You know what I mean? Generally. And they're more friendly to their members because they exist to save and to lend so that people can grow. Yeah. I think that is the base, the why SACCOs exist. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So look, and even when you go for a SACCO, look at the SACCO that represents you as an individual. Don't just go. Don't just buy the name. Not just that. Don't just go because Afrofab told me or because Night Atieno told me. Yeah. Yes, it might be good for her, but it might not be good for me because my needs are very personal. You know. Yeah. Is it one that is good for agribusiness because they actually advise you? In which case, it might not be so good for my studio business because they might not know so much about it. For my technology business, for my technology-based business. You see what I mean? Look for organizations that meet your needs, that are concurrent with your core values as a business and as a person. Yes. You know what I mean? There's no point of, if you're maybe a religious person a certain way, and you go for a SACCO that is not concurrent with your religious views. You know, because you will always be unhappy.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm doing this because. Don't do it because. Sit down, do your research, find out. There's a lot of information online.
Exactly.
So just make your list. Like, be honest with what you want to do. Sit down, make your list, and then go ahead and type it, man. You'll get a list again.
Yeah.
Pick the ones you want out, and then now go and look at them individually.
Yeah.
You'll find something that is going to cater for your needs. So
that's it.
Again, research always takes the day.
And again, it comes down to working hard versus working smart. You know what I mean? Do I want my money to work hard for me rather than me working hard for my money? You know, again, the more you invest, the harder your money works, and it makes less work for you. The less you work for your money. You know, when we say working for your money, we mean actually, nimetoka hapa, nimeenda nikanunua kitu, nimeiuza. I've come from my house, I've gone and bought something, I've sold it for a profit. Yeah, I've actually worked hard to do this.
Money, yes.
You know what I mean? However, once I've made that profit, what am I doing with that profit? You see, am I going to wake up again tomorrow and do exactly the same thing, week in, week out, year in, year out? You see, but when I take my profits or part of my profits and reinvest, or invest it in another part, invest it in my savings, you see, that money now, whether I'm awake or not, whether I'm working or not, that money is working for me. Or invest in someone else's business. You see, if I'm a sleeping partner in 5 businesses, and at the end of the year, I get 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%. As long as these people are honest about their bottom line and their earnings and their profits, yes? I don't have to wake up, niende kwa hiyo kiosk kufanya kazi. I don't have to wake up, niende kwa hiyo kinyozi. I don't have to wake up, go to that salon.
To the salon, to the restaurant.
To that restaurant, you see. But at the end of the year, I have 10% of that business, 10% of this business, 10%, 10%, 10%.
There's money that's coming to you. That's
you see what I mean?
Smart.
Exactly.
Because you invested.
Yes.
You invested, you channeled here, multiple.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Multiple
streams of income. Of income, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because you had it, and you're thinking, well, probably, because maybe you have a job somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, I need to go to work, but then again, I feel like I need
a
side gig.
Yes.
So you're there, you're thinking, there's a salon there. Okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, of the month, you have your salary. You
exactly.
have this money. So again, at least you have, now you can even afford to save.
Exactly.
So
and also what you're doing then is, you're not just developing yourself, you're developing other people as well in the local community. You know, if you have that surplus income, yes, and you want to invest it in a reputable business, in somebody who you can trust. Yes, you don't just go to hapo kwa Johnny, useme Johnny wacha nikupatie 10k, alafu utakuwa unanipatia 1000 per month. Wajui ka Johnny atakurudishia. Na asipokurudishia utadu.
Hakuna kitu utafanya, ulikuja ukanipatia pesa.
You know what I mean? So, but also kuna vitu pia unaweza fanya. You know what I mean? Lakini you have to remember that you have to be able to kama mnaandikiana na mtu, and always when you invest in other people's business or when you lend money, whether it's family or not, write it down. Get it in writing. Because if you don't get it in writing, or if you don't have a record of I gave you this and you've been paying this, if you cannot prove in court, even in a small claims court, that you lent the money, then very often when you lend to family, especially to your parents or parents to your children, yes, when you lend to people in your family, make sure you get it down. I have learned my lesson the hard way. Nimejishikilia hivi masikio hivi, nimejichuna nikajiambia Sharon night atieno, don't be so stupid. You know, I fall for it every single time. However, now I've learned my lesson. If someone comes and borrows, the moment someone says, "Can I borrow?" write it down. I night at I did this. I'm lending so and so Afrofab of I did this on this day of this and this and this in this Republic of Kenya at this time, X amount of money. We agree to pay each other, and these are the terms. They agree to pay me 1,000 shillings per month, starting on first date of next month, and every first date to follow that for the next 6 months. Until that date, sign, both of you, and even
A witness.
better, get a
Get
witness.
a neutral person hata ikiwezekana.
You see what I mean? Get a witness. Na kama wewe ni brother na sister, usiambie mama yako a witness kwa sababu watawakana both in court, atawambia kwanza wacheni ujinga, mnanileta hapa kufanya nini? You know what I mean?
You're wasting my time.
Exactly.
Embarrassing me.
You know what I mean? So guys,
Get a neutral person.
let's really, really, really think about when we're lending, especially to family. Please get it down in writing, especially when it's a lot of money. And a lot of money is relative. 10K might be a lot of money to one and
one.
not to another.
Yeah.
You see, 5K might be a lot of money to one person, but not to another. Now when you kuja kuomba pesa za watu, please, 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 especially to family, because that person amekulend in good faith.
Rudisha tu hivyo.
You see what I mean?
Rudisha
If you would not forfeit in a bank, why would you disrespect your relative so much to forfeit and continue to forfeit and even stop talking to them when it comes to paying them back? You see, like really burning that bridge completely because of what? 20,000,
20K, man.
5,000, 10,000, 100,000. Because when you look at a lifespan, it's very little money.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know
And
what I
it's
mean?
something that you'd have just sorted out. Just write it down. Yo kuandika chini doesn't mean hakuheshimu ama amekudharau or
Exactly.
something. We are just being official because
Yes.
if we got it from a bank,
Yes.
you'd be given forms and whatnot, you'd fill out
Exactly.
and still. So
Exactly.
let's just follow the same protocol.
And if somebody doesn't want to write down, mwambia aenda
we
ketishe
have
kwa
no
bank.
business giving each
Aende
other
kwa
this
bank.
money. Unajua.
Aende kwa sako.
Exactly.
Aende kwa lending apps.
Bas.
You know, and if somebody lends you to finish your project, imagine you're holding that money so they can't finish a project because they lent you to finish your project. Do you understand? It's so selfish. But anyway, let's talk about giver burnout.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Introduce Afrofab.
Yeah, of giving and giving and giving and giving.
Yes.
It's nice that it's partnered with what do you call it?
Lending.
Lending.
Yeah.
Because you'd find in businesses there are those guys who, lack of a better word, wanajituma.
Yes.
Like you're there on time every day, every month, like you're there, you're giving your 100%.
Yeah.
But it gets to a point you can't give anymore because you're not growing anymore.
Yeah.
Because say you're an accountant.
Yes.
Uko tu hapo, you're not growing, you're not doing anything. Like everyone is always passing through your office, passing through your desk because they need financial advice, they need this, that, and the other from
Yeah.
you. But
You're the go-to guy.
you're the go-to guy. Sure.
Yeah.
So it gets to that point, ni kama una feel umeacha kugrow.
Yeah.
Umeacha kugrow because unaona zile za like you feel like I should be growing, I should get to another level. But these guys just come through you, like you'd come and be like, oh, Afrofab, ABCD, I need. I boost you to the next level.
So
But
you're
you
constantly
go to
giving
Yeah.
and not having enough for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You forget about yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. There's how we should know when to stop and growing yourself, because I mean now information iko kila mahali na.
Yeah.
Ukifika mahali and you feel like you've hit a snag.
Yes.
You're not growing, or maybe you're just going and going. You're losing motivation.
Yes.
Stop kidogo.
Yeah.
Just take back and look at, okay, how can I better myself? How can I upgrade myself? How can I at least make myself a little more lucrative out there?
It starts by giving people a healthy dose of vitamin N. Vitamin N is that vitamin that you feed people forcefully, you feed them gently, just feed them vitamin N, which means saying no.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Say no until people learn to hear no from you. Yes? And especially those people who constantly asking. You know, we were talking about lending. And there are people who, when you see them texting you, you know they're going to ask you for money. Because otherwise they will never, ever even text you to say, hi cuz, hi sis, hi bro.
There's a time you know that high text and then it's like in your mind you're just thinking, instead of saying hi back,
mimi hata kuna watu wakinitumianga hi.
How much?
Nangojanga tu nisikie wanataka pesa ngapi.
Because you're thinking,
you know,
these pleasantries are a lie. But already ninajua tu unataka tu kuchovya na kwa
exactly.
Fabi ndio ule msema nyana kwanga
kutoa. Exactly. So, and some people never even text you to say hi. Like just a simple hi. How you doing? You know, what are you up to? You know, I see you're doing business, or I see your, you know, exactly. Like no, they don't even watch your show. They don't even come to your fundraisings. They don't, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, they don't come to your graduation if you graduate. Like they're literally absent in your life until they need something. You know what I mean? Yes, feed them a healthy dose of vitamin N. Say no, so that you avoid this burnout. You know what I mean? Don't be that giver that gives so much your cup remains empty. We say this all the time. You cannot give from an empty cup. Make sure that your cup is first overflowing before you start giving. And it's not being selfish, because you cannot give that which you don't have.
I can't give you what I don't have.
You know what I mean? There's no point giving so much that your children are going without, that you yourself are going without, that you don't have food in your house, so that you can go and tell people, niliwapatia mpaka hata mimi sasa siwezi kula. Unaambia nani why? Kwani walikuja kwa nyumba yako wakakuforce? Why was a gun put to your head?
Why didn't you say no?
Exactly.
You know
what I mean? Exactly.
Idiot. I don't need to explain myself.
Exactly.
It's mine. Go find yours elsewhere.
No, if somebody borrows money and you don't have it to give, you don't have extra. I don't have. It's not that you don't have money. I don't have money to give.
That's true.
You see?
Yeah.
It's not that I'm poor, but I don't have money to give you.
Yeah.
And especially when it's somebody that exactly,
like, this is
sina pesa ya kupeana. Don't put yourself out because you think it's selfish to not give. It's not.
I do not have money to give you, period.
You know what I mean?
It's been real.
Yes.
Because you can imagine somebody comes to your business. You've planned, you've budgeted, everything is on point.
Yeah.
You know you have salaries to pay.
Yes.
You know you have bills. There's a lot of things that's happening.
Exactly.
But you come to me, you come to my business, you come and you get a service.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay.
Yeah.
Kidogo, shortly the lights go out.
Yeah.
I can't continue offering my service because and you want to complain.
Yes.
Na umekuwa ukikuja unachukua. Sasa imefika mahali now I can't afford to give you anymore.
Yes.
Because now honestly now you're costing me.
Yes.
It's becoming a burden now.
Yes.
Say no.
Yeah.
Please just say no.
Feed people a healthy dose of vitamin N.
Have you ever seen those people who go to work every day, but they're just miserable?
But that's the vast majority of the world, unfortunately.
And too sooty because they know, like that lady you said at the bank.
Yeah.
Probably she just shows up at work because she's expected to show up at work because she's expecting a
yes
salary
at the end of the month.
So fine, maybe she's been stuck on that one spot.
Yes.
She's not growing. She's not. There's no change. Like ever since she got there, like 3 years ago.
Yes.
Same spot, same thing they need.
That's it.
So inafika mahali, you feel like you don't have anything to give. Unaona?
Yeah.
So, man.
And I think another thing that we need to think about is when we talk about people who constantly want, we also need to remember that when we're in business, we need other people. We need to build networks. We need to use our networks. But when you're starting off, start with your soft audience. Start with the people who are more likely to receive what you're selling. Tell your whole phone book.
Yes.
I am selling such and such service. I am selling this. Even if you can't buy, please help me grow it by sharing, by forwarding. Tell other people. And then tell them to tell other people. Help me spread the word.
To tell a friend.
Exactly. You might not eat fish. I'm selling fish. You see what I mean?
If you have somebody who needs fish.
Exactly. Or even if you don't have somebody, just send it to all your people because all your people might know somebody who wants.
Yeah, it's true.
You see?
It's true.
So always start with your soft audience. Always start with those people who are closest to you. Yes? And when your friend tells you that they're doing a business, the best way to support them is if you can buy from them rather than from a third party, if they're offering a good service, because you can't just buy from your friend because they're your friend. We also have to remember that when we tell our friends and family that we are selling something, make sure that you're giving them top service. I will not, as a therapist, I will not treat my mother in my pajamas because she's my mother. You see? I will go and put on my uniform and set up the table like she was a customer because she is a customer. You see,
Yeah.
don't
Somebody who's come
expect
to
your
seek your
friends and
services.
family to seek your services, and then you give them substandard service because they're your friends and
Because,
family.
yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
and that goes along with don't give them free.
Yes.
Because
yes,
when you
yes.
give them for
Remember
free, they
back there
cannot
when we said-
value
Yeah.
what you're giving. You see what I mean?
Si tunatoka night too, she'll just do it for free.
You know what I mean?
Because now it will get to a point now they'll start disrespecting your
Exactly.
space.
No, the thing is, the moment somebody asks you to give them something for free because
They
they're
don't
trying to
respect
help
you.
you, because they're your friend and family, they've already disrespected you.
Yeah.
You know, they've disrespected your business. They don't see the value in what you're doing. They don't see the value in you as a person.
And guess what's going to happen after that? They'll tell other people.
To go
Just
there,
go.
enda
She'll
tu,
do it.
akimwongeleshe tu
Just talk to
atakufanyia.
her nicely, she'll do it.
Exactly.
Yesterday I went there, I got things on credit.
Yeah,
I'll just go and tell her
exactly.
nicely.
Oh, just tell her you're having, and then they'll come out of your business and go do a big 20,000 shilling shopping in the supermarket
And
next door
pass
and pass by
right outside
carrying
your
it
door.
or in a taxi,
And all
taking
you
it
needed
home.
was 2,000.
You know what I
But
mean?
No, this person has spent 10
So
times that.
let's remember that when we are starting up,
Yeah.
let's use our soft audience. Let's use those people around us who are already more likely to buy from us, who are already more likely to share our business. You know what I mean? Before we go telling the whole world, and especially when you're starting with something new, encourage your people to come and buy from you.
Yes.
And then encourage them to give you feedback.
Yes, that's very important.
Good,
That's very, very
honest feedback.
Yes. And have an open mind when that feedback comes.
Exactly.
In, because it could be, for some people it's good, for some people it's
That's
bad.
it.
Because not everyone has the same preference.
Exactly.
So you can imagine how she's going to like it is not the same way I'm
That's
going to
it.
like it. So have an open mind and at least put them into consideration.
Exactly.
Maybe it was too salty, or maybe it was too tough, maybe
Yes.
it was too runny, it was
Yes.
too this, it was too that, too
Yeah.
short, too long.
Yeah.
Listen, find the message. Don't involve your emotions here,
Yeah.
because you'll miss out. You'll miss out on
Yes.
something good.
Yeah.
And you can imagine this is your close unit
That's
that
it.
are telling you the truth. Now you can imagine if it's an outsider out there.
Yes.
Because when we get good service, aye man, we want to tell two people.
Yes.
Step on my toes. I'm here telling the world, posting billboards, nani.
That's
so,
it. And also remember
Yeah.
that when you start a business, everybody you meet is a potential customer. Yes? Everybody you meet. So remember that you're a brand.
Yes.
Yes? And when you go networking, remember what your brand is about.
Yes.
If you're a sole proprietor, if you're running your own company, wewe ndio managing director, wewe ndio HR, wewe ndio kila kitu, remember to carry yourself as such
Yes.
when you go networking. But
Package.
remember, every opportunity that you meet somebody is an opportunity to network. So the moment you decide to go into business, remember you're constantly networking.
Yeah.
Yes? If you meet somebody today, take their number. If you meet somebody hapo nje,
Chukua
mumeongea, umemwambia biashara yako, ameshow only a little bit of interest, take their number.
Chukua namba yake.
You see, save them
Yes.
as Night
Nani
Atieno,
is?
Equity,
Yes.
Massage.
Bas.
Night Atieno, KCB, Samaki.
Yeah.
Evo.
Yeah.
Build your network
Exactly.
that way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You need to.
Exactly.
You
Because
you
when
need to
you're
learn
now
how to speak
sending
to
those
other
messages,
people.
you will know that
This person
I met this person.
at Equity.
Let me forward it to them and tell them we are now selling fish
This, that,
fillet.
and the other. Yes.
We're not just selling mbuta
Yeah.
and
Tilapia,
ngege.
yeah.
We're selling fish
We
fillet.
have fillet, we have omena,
exactly.
fried, stripes,
That's it.
whatever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can update these people. So always remember, when we are building our networks, let's remember that every opportunity is an opportunity to network. Every person you meet is a
potential
customer.
client, yes.
Yes. So let's always carry ourselves as such. Remember, you are your own brand, and you are your own brand ambassador. So if you let yourself down in business, of course,
It's you, man.
we will fall sometimes.
Yes.
Yes. Remember that in life we're constantly juggling balls.
And
You know
when
what
you
I mean?
fall, get up.
Exactly.
Don't usilale hapo ujifunike.
And sometimes it's okay to drop a ball.
Yeah.
If you imagine, life is
Juggling,
about
you have
juggling.
3
isn't
or
it?
4, yeah.
Sometimes some balls are plastic, some balls
Some are
are
glass,
glass.
some are metal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The secret to remember is, so let's say your priority is your family. those family balls, like your children are in school, so you need to go to dance concerts, you need to go to rehearsals, you need to go to this. Remember that, yes, family is important, and mainly the family balls are generally glass balls, because these are balls that you really don't want to be dropping all the time. You know what I mean? When you say to your child, I'm going to come to your 100-meter race at the end of the term or at the end of the month, your sports day, then you want to know that this is a glass ball that if I drop, this child is going to be disappointed, and they'll remember it for a long time. However, work also has some glass balls. Yes? My child has a sports day, but this client is so important to the business that I cannot afford to not have this meeting. Yes? Of course, they're both glass balls, but what's more important? Which one are you going to drop? You have to drop one. You can't be in two places at the same time. You can try and reschedule the client, but the sports day is not going to be rescheduled.
Once, because it's been planned.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been there, so.
And then at that point, you ask yourself, do I really want to drop this glass ball? To me, it's a no-brainer as a mom. Because I know that that client, if they completely refuse to even reschedule by 1 hour, they're either being unreasonable or there's someone so important that they can't reschedule. Yeah? If it's the former, if they're being unreasonable, I will drop that ball. Like intentionally. I will take it and drop it.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
You go, I'm going to.
Exactly. Because I know at the end of the day,
you break this,
I cannot break this glass ball.
But this client, you can follow.
Exactly. Or like, you can get another client. But this sports day, there won't be another one. And what we have to remember as parents is, when you're a parent and you're running a business, you're everything to everyone. You know what I mean? So, just...
You're the neck.
Exactly.
You're holding the head, the body is connected.
You know. Anyway, guys.
There's some nice clients who at least you explain some things to them.
You can't explain to a client that I'm dropping you because I'm going to a sports day. I don't care. For me, even as a parent, I won't be understanding that. I will not be understanding that. I'll say, kwani unafikiri mimi sina watoto?
Like you don't tell them that I'm going to do ABCD nini nini. You try and explain to them, and they'd be like, oh, okay, so it's okay. You go and do whatever you have to do.
Yes.
No. But at sijua tumeno unajua niko na mtoto unajua.
Yeah. Okay. And also never miss a chance of networking. Never ever miss a chance of networking, especially when you're starting up. Never ever miss a chance to network. Because you never know which avenue that lead will lead you to. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, mimi kama night at Yeno, I am getting off this matatu. Sorry, but
it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
What I'd like to say to guys, know your brand. Know your brand.
Yes.
Did you aware as a business person, so that when you're going out there, when you're looking for business, you know what you're selling.
Yes.
You know what you're selling, and it helps you to get out there.
Yes.
And again, when say you're out there, you're networking, you're trying to sell whatever you're selling.
Yeah. People
will buy from you easily because you have good knowledge of what you're selling. You're intentional about your business.
Exactly.
So, just know you're a brand, and again, know your brand.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, so today we've spoken about savings, we've spoken about using other people's money to start up, to go up. We've talked about lending apps and
working hard, working smart. Which one do you choose?
Yeah.
Give a burnout. Building and using
your networks. So guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I know there's a lot of information that's been put out there. If you know somebody who can benefit from this information, please tag them, share with them. Next time, start a watch party, nini vitu kama hizo gikmakamago, you know.
Like
and thank you so much for those who keep sharing our show, you know.
You guys are special.
Again, we're here on Monday,
Wednesday, and
Furahi Day. Don't forget to join us this Friday. And we have something very special na alafu. Alafu. Zile topics tuko nazo. You don't want to miss.
Find space, find your beverage.
Exactly. So thank you so much again, guys, for joining us, and for those who are watching after the live recording, thank you so much for taking your time to watch We hope that you found something useful in our shows. And if you have any comments, anything that you'd like to talk about, us to talk about in future shows, either write it on as a comment or send us a comment to a DM. Yo.
Slide to our DM.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of the week. Happy old month. Welcoming the new month. Show. Happy new month. Izo zote. Have a good day.
Ciao.